All right, let's talk about Spanish grammar. And I want to tackle a part that, believe it or not, is actually pretty simple, especially for us English speakers. So if you've been staring at verb charts just feeling lost, get ready. This is the part that's finally going to click. I mean, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by all the Spanish conjugations, the different tenses, and oh my gosh, the subjunctive mood, you are so not alone, right? It can really feel like you're trying to climb a mountain. But here's the really good news. The core logic, the secret sauce behind one of the most powerful shortcuts in Spanish, it's something you already do in English, every single day. You don't even have to think about it. And that's because there's this one super simple rule that gives English speakers a huge advantage. We're talking about what are called modal verbs. Now, don't let that fancy grammar term scare you off. A much better name for them is just helper verbs. And that's all they are. They just help out another verb by adding some extra meaning, like ability or desire or obligation. Okay, now this is the most important part of this whole thing. There is one golden rule here that once you get it, I promise, everything else just clicks into place. And here it is. Check this out. What's so amazing is that the way you structure this in Spanish is a direct mirror of how we do it in English. Seriously, look at this. I can speak is yo puedo hablar. You should study is tú debes estudiar. See that? The pattern is exactly the same. You have your helper verb and then the main action verb right after it. So the big secret, the one rule you have to burn into your brain is this. You conjugate the first verb, the helper verb, and you never ever touch the second one. The second verb just hangs out in its original to form, the infinitive. That's it. That's the whole magic trick. Okay, so with that golden rule fresh in our minds, let's meet the team. These are the 4 essential helper verbs you're going to find yourself using all the time. First up, we've got poder. This is your go-to, your one-to-one match for can or could. It covers pretty much everything from what you're physically able to do to what you have permission to do. And you can see just how flexible it is. You want to talk about ability? Puedo nadar. I can swim. You need to ask for permission? Puedo usar el baño? Can I use the bathroom? Or you're talking about a possibility? Puedo llover. It might rain. See? One verb, a bunch of uses, just like we do in English. All right, next up is querer. This one's super simple. It's how you say you want to do something. It's all about desire and what you intend to do. So you can use it for a straightforward desire like quiero aprender. I want to learn. It's also perfect when you're inviting someone to do something. ¿Quieres ir al cine? Do you want to go to the movies? And hey, quick pro tip for you. If you use the form quisiera, it's a super polite way of saying I would like when you're ordering a coffee. Okay, our third helper verb is deber. Think of this one as your verb for obligation and giving strong advice. It basically covers both should and must. So you can use it to give some friendly advice, like debes hacer la tarea. You should do the homework. Or to talk about a moral duty, like debemos ayudar. We ought to help. Now, it's worth knowing that for more common everyday stuff, like I have to go, you'll hear tener que a lot more. But deber is perfect for that should or ought to feeling. Okay, so we've got can, want to, and should. But what about things you usually do? Your habits. How do you say that? In English, we have to use that extra word, usually. But guess what? Spanish has a special verb just for this. And that verb is soler. This one is so cool. It literally means to be in the habit of doing something. It packs that whole idea of usually into one tidy little verb. So instead of saying a whole phrase, you just say, for example, suelo levantarme a las 7, for I usually get up at 7. Now, there's a really important catch with soler that you got to remember. It's basically only used in 2 tenses. The present, like suelo, for things you usually do now, and the past imperfect, solía, for what you used to do. You can't use it for things you will usually do in the future. It's a now and then kind of verb. All right, so you've got the rule, you've met the verbs. Now let's talk about a few common traps people fall into. Dodging these is going to make you sound so much more natural. Okay, mistake number 1, and this is the big one, is completely forgetting that golden rule. So many people conjugate that second verb. Look at this. You'd never say puedo hablo. It's always puedo hablar. Remember, only the first verb, the helper, gets to change. Okay, mistake number 2 is a little more subtle. It's mixing up poder and saber. Think of it this way. Saber is about knowing how to do something. I have the knowledge. I know how to swim. Poder is about being able to do it right now. Maybe you know how to swim, but the pool's closed, so you can't. It's a small difference, but a really important one.
And the last big trap to avoid? People try to translate to directly from English and add an extra a or de between the verbs. You don't need it. The second verb, the infinitive, already has the to built into it. Comer means to eat, so it's just quiero comer. Nice and clean.
Okay, let's boil all this down into one final, simple takeaway for you. Think of this as your quick cheat sheet for your next Spanish conversation. You want to say can or could? You're going to use poder. Need to say want to? That's querer. Should or must? Deber. And for something you usually do? That's our special one, soler. It's a really simple roadmap.
So really, you should think of these modal verbs as your best friends in Spanish. Seriously, they work in a way that's already hardwired into your brain from speaking English. If you can master these 4 verbs and just always remember that golden rule, only change the first verb, I promise, you are going to unlock a whole new level of sounding natural and fluent.